So I still haven't decided if this show is ghetto or not. Like, I really don't know what's going on.
She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day.
What's going on? What are you saying? Welcome back to my channel. I am Serene, and today's video is a quick review of episode 1 and 2 of Blue Therapy. I almost called it movie. And basically, Blue Therapy is now, it's a social experiment. As you can tell, I like doing social experiment reviews. But it's a social experiment in which couples go to therapy and work out their issues for us, the public's entertainment, if I'm being honest, because that's what it's feeling like. And to an extent, it is entertaining. So basically, what has happened is we have two different couples turning up to a therapist called Denise. Denise, is that your name, Denise? If you guys know who I'm pretending to be, thumbs up this video. So yes, so they go to therapy and they discuss the relationship issues that they're having, and hopefully at the end of it, it resolves and their relationship continue. That's best case scenario. So the two couples are Chioma and what's his name? Paul or Peter? Paul? Chioma and Paul. The second couple is Deborah and Jamel. So I don't even know who to begin with, because at first I really thought that one specific couple didn't really have any issues, and then episode 2 aired and I was just like, first of all, ghetto. I was just like, what are you guys waiting on? I literally had to bring the wine out. Today is Tuesday. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need some alcohol to get me through this. But this isn't a lot of alcohol. This is a raspberry and lime spritz from Gallo family. So it's like 5.5% alcohol, courtesy of Babes. So yeah, he's trying not to encourage my habit, but you know, we drink wine over here on this channel. But so nice and refreshing. So let's talk about Chioma and Paul first, right? So Chioma comes in looking amazing. She look like she put on a little weight, so it's looking good. And if you know me, you know I like a woman that little chunky to an extent. Well, then again, I'm a little chunky, so I got like what I look like really. But she looks really nice. Her highlighter should have been blended more, but you know that's not what she's there for, so we're gonna just zoom on by that. So she comes in, she looks really pretty, and I feel like I never imagined that her boyfriend looked like that. And to be fair, I didn't know she was in a relationship, and if I'm being honest, I never followed her on Instagram or any of that. So technically, after Backtrack London had started, I didn't know anything about Chioma. So she comes in with her partner and they sit down and they begin to discuss with Denise the stuff that they're going through. Now, I don't have any notes, so I'm just going to freestyle this off of memory. So if I miss anything, the next review I do, I'll just kind of include it. So she begins by talking about the fact that Paul likes impersonating other people. Okay, no, I'm joking. So she basically said he likes to pretend to be somebody who he isn't, and basically it sounds like he's trying to keep up with the Joneses. So she discloses that her fear is that because he likes impressing other people, even though they might financially have it, she feels like it's too risky. Now, when I listened to her speak about that, you know what I really thought about? I felt like, you know, because of the length of time they've been together, she's gotten to the point where she's probably thinking of marriage. She wants a certain security that comes with marriage. Like, you know, are we gonna have money? Babies can't eat air. Like, what are we doing? And I think, like, to an extent, she's not ready for him to simmer down a bit. And that is what she's expressing. They've been together 3 years. I don't know if I said they've been together 3 years now. And they recently moved in with each other 6 months ago. And I think this is very important because they recently moved in 6 months ago. This is a very important part of their dynamic. So she feels vulnerable with the way he spends money. And she also attributes that to the fact that when he then spends that type of money, he spends so much time working that she feels neglected in a relationship. And there was one phrase that she said, and I was just like, sis, I get it. She's like, I'm a woman, I am not wood, like I need affection. So the main problem with Paul seems to be the fact that Paul is a very pompous, arrogant jackass. Pompous, arrogant jackass. Because he cannot be spoken to. He feels that everything that he says is correct. He gaslights her feelings. Like, everything that she says, he makes it seem as if she's going crazy talking about these things. Like, oh, he's never heard it. He's never heard about this. He's never heard about that. And he's not willing to listen to counsel because Denise is speaking, and Denise, he's just like, Denise, is it Denise? Like, and he's being very rude and very disrespectful. And I'm surprised because I'm just like, you're on television. Because he seems to be worried about the way Chioma represents herself and indirectly represents their relationship. But he feels it's okay to come on the YouTube and operate like this when your bad behavior is also reflective of your relationship. It doesn't change because you're a guy. She discussed the fact that now that they've moved in together, they've been living together for the last 6 months, and she realized that she has to do the majority of the cleaning and the cooking. And you know, I am split with certain things when it comes to that because I have certain beliefs around certain things. However, she is her person. Like, she's her own person. Like, she knows what she likes, what she does not like. And I feel like to an extent, Paul is trying to mold her into somebody that she is not. In this series, she has explicitly said she doesn't want to be a housewife. Nothing is wrong with that, but she doesn't want to do that. And then also, she wants help. She wants help. And I honestly feel like because now that they live together, he feels, well, she's there. She can just do it. And it seems as though he works really long hours and stuff like that. But then we go to like episode 2. We just breeze over this thing, you know. We go to episode 2, and she's discussing the fact that, you know, Paul okay, so Paul brings up the fact that Chioma was at the club doing some balance party. Hey, balance party. So Chioma was doing some balance party in the club, and apparently she didn't post anything on her Instagram, but her friend posted it on her friend posted it on her Instagram, and Paul saw, and Paul was very upset about the way Chioma appeared to be in the snippet of a clip. And she said like she wasn't twerking, she just had her knees bent a bit, but like okay. But he discussed stuff like that. He said that, you know, he it's almost as if he doesn't want Chioma on social media. He spoke about the fact that people will comment under Chioma's pictures and, you know, like leave heart emojis or love struck emoji, some emoji. Listen, that's not the place for me. I know I'm on YouTube and I'm on Instagram, but I don't mix relationship and these things because I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. So he's complaining about that, and she was just like, well, you met me on Instagram, like this is what I do. You met me on Instagram, this is my brand. And then this dude got highly offended that she said, no, this has nothing to do with you. And I found that interesting because in this episode before, he kept talking about how Chioma was not invited to, you know, I deal with some high caliber clients. And sometimes we go to these private gentleman clubs. And I'm just like, boy, shut up. Shut up. Like, shut up. Like, they could just quickly uninvite you. And you would no longer be at those high caliber clubs. Like, what is wrong with you? So he's talking about the fact that she's not invited, but now that she's showing autonomy over the fact that this is her Instagram, he's now upset. And the thing that really ticked me off was the fact that he got upset to the point where he left, but not only did he leave, he was swearing at a lady, Denise, or at his woman, but or even in their presence. And I'm just like, you are not a man. With all the rules and regulations and restrictions that you seem to be putting on Chioma, like, you don't abide by no rules, no regulations, or no restrictions yourself. Like, you're disrespectful, you're rude. And Chioma is saying that she doesn't feel loved, and there's a reason why. And I feel like generally, I'm being honest, I feel like this is who he has been always. You know what the problem is? The problem is it's the reality of knowing that this is exactly who he is. Because I don't know if she thought if she moved in with him, like, this would change him. No, like, you're just gonna see him more often, and now you're stuck with him because, you know, the panorama is outside. So it's like, you're seeing exactly who he is as a person. This is who he is. And I am wary about her deciding to stay with him, because this is not going to change. It's just going to solidify into this, because he is who he is. And women tend to be the ones to typically compromise. And I think that she's going to end up compromising and making it seem like this is normal. And it is not. Like, his behavior is not normal. This is not what guys do to the girls that they say they care about. Like, none at all. And I'm not saying that she's without fault, because, you know, everyone has their flaws in the relationship. But as far as this therapy thing is going, he is 75% of the problem. Let's say that. Yes, he is 75% of the problem. And I personally hope that she leaves him, because I feel like she's too old to be out there doing this with a guy. And do you know what? Like, you can find somebody else. Men out there are as one born, the next one gone. But I feel like, I wish her the best luck. I hope that she eventually leaves him, or maybe he turns around. You know, he turns it around. But as it stands now, I feel sorry for her, because now it's the reality of life really slapping her in the face, because she's moved in with him. It took 6 months for her to realize that these things are a problem. They were a problem all the time. You just never lived with him, and you thought you could deal with it, but you can't. You can't. That's just it. So now let's talk about Miss Deborah. I probably shouldn't say her name like that. Let's talk about Deborah and Jamel. First of all, I genuinely was under the impression that Jamel was of Caribbean heritage because of his name. Honestly, that's it. I thought, okay, also his appearance, like, he looked like he's of Caribbean heritage, but then also his name, I really thought like he was of Caribbean heritage until he disclosed he was Ghanaian. And I was like, you know what, I love me some Ghanaian men. I think Ghanaian men are amazing. So I was like, okay, let's go Ghana. And I couldn't put my finger on where that's gonna stick. I couldn't put my finger on where Deborah was from, and she's Nigerian. And I was just like, oh, okay, interesting. So let's talk about them. At the beginning, we spoke about, like, how many relationships have you had? Deborah only had one relationship, which is the one she's currently in. They've been together a year. Jamel said he had 4. In episode 2, we saw that she was only 24, and I was like, okay, fair enough. Now, the problem with their relationship is because Deborah, in relationship terms, Deborah is 18. Deborah is exhibiting traits that I feel like 18-year-olds exhibited when they were in relationships. Like the whole, I'm stalking your Instagram to ensure that you respond to me, because if you're online, you must respond to me. Like, you need to just talk, you know, like the very needy and controlling way. No, he could be very well putting on an act, and he could very well be like a very neglectful partner, but it doesn't sound like that. Even when she disclosed that Hamza, I don't know what her friend name was, but I think it was Ham something. Anyways, her best friend, she talks to her best friend about her partner and the problems that they go through. And at first, I was just like, first of all, Jamel, like, girls talk. Like, are we still doing this in 2021? Everyone knows girls talk. But when she disclosed the type of thing she said, I was like, whoa, that is your relationship. Like, Hamza is not supposed to know these things. And then when you couple it with the fact that she keeps comparing him to Hamza's boyfriend, I'm just like, girl, like, are you trying to really emasculate your man just like that on the internet? Like, and the thing is, I feel like he seems like he's honestly trying to do certain things with his life. Like, he's saving for a house, and I'm sure he's trying to buy a house in London, so that is going to be expensive. Like, he's trying to pave a way for her to be comfortable, because he did say that he wants this relationship to be his last relationship. But sis is not helping. she wants Gucci and she wants to travel, and nothing is wrong with that. Like, you ask a man for the nice things that you want, but you also need to, one, have a conscience, and two, realize that there's an end goal. Like, she's too short-sighted, and she's that short-sighted because emotionally, relationshiply, when it comes to like intimate relationships, she's 18. She's a kid. She's a kid trying to do a relationship for the first time. And to an extent, I'm like, they should break up, and she needs to feel some hurt. Like, she needs to grow up. And her best friend is you know, you know when you have those friends that talk about your partner, but talk about your partner in such a favorable light, and you're just like, what's going on? Like, she is doing that to her best friend, and I am so shocked that the best friend hasn't like really gone like, what are you doing? Because this girl went into confessional saying, Hamza's boyfriend is an amazing boyfriend. Like, we've watched 2 episodes of you, and you have yet to praise your boyfriend the way you spoke about Hamza's boyfriend. And if I was Hamza, I'd be looking at you sideways with my eyebrows turned up like this. Because I don't understand how you could talk about your partner to this girl and compare your partner to this girl's boyfriend, and then go into confessionals on a show that everyone's gonna see talking about Hamza's boyfriend is amazing. How do you know that Hamza's boyfriend is amazing, Deborah? I can't even say her name. How do you know that her boyfriend is amazing, Deborah? How do you know what her boyfriend is doing for her? How do you know that whatever she tells you about her boyfriend is true? Like, I want to know why you feel like it is okay for you to speak about your best friend's partner like that, and then degrade your partner like that. And I genuinely feel it's because of her age. Like, I know you watch television and you're supposed to be able to draw some inference on what is supposed to happen in a relationship, but until you're in it, you're not in it. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like generally he needs to run. He needs to say, foot, help, body, let's go. And you know what even possessed me to even do this video is because, one, I saw on the Shade Bora Paul talking about his girl dancing in the club, and I was just like, okay, I can't even entertain this. But then I saw a statement from Deborah, and it seems as if they're together still, but I'm just like, you came on there to talk about your weave tracks. Can you yam weave? You can't yam weave. You can eat weave. You can't eat wig. The boy is trying to create a stable place for you to be by buying a house. Can you sleep in your wig? But talking about, let me brush my expensive wig. Babes, you can afford to do those things and be careless with your money, because it sounds like she has a money spending problem. Because when he spoke about, let's talk about how your savings is going, she was like, I know, no, don't bring that up. Don't get twitch now. You're talking big, bold, and beautiful just now, so don't get twitch now. Like, talk about it. You want to talk your speech now. Let's go. Let's discuss the problems in the actual relationship, because right now, him not replying to you immediately is not your biggest problem. Your biggest problem is your spending. Because if you're going to expect these type of things from him, and he has to pay a mortgage and do all of that jazz, you're going to run him dry. And this is coming from somebody, because when I watched the video, I fully understand the whole of the high expectations from a guy and expecting your man to do these things. Because as anybody that knows me, I am that person. Like, I'm not doing no spending in no relationship, but I am not a dick. I'm not a dick. I'm not inconsiderate. I am very thoughtful, and I think about the future. It's not just about me getting Gucci's today, because there's a tomorrow. Like, you can't spend all your money now because you have it. So she needs to get it together. I think she's a kid, and it shows a lot in her conversations with the therapist. Also, side note, what I found very interesting was the fact that he never took her to his parents. And I was like, And he was just like, she's Nigerian, basically said that Nigerian people are loud. Is it a lie though? No, it's not. But at the same time, I feel like he, being Ghanaian, there will be some cultural similarities, and I question how long he intends to keep her away from his family. Because if this is gonna be his last relationship, she needs to meet your family. Like, you can't just be out there hiding her. Like, why are you hiding her? Whether she's loud or not, I don't think she's gonna go to your parents' house and be disrespectful. So it doesn't matter. Like, take her. But he says he knows her, so there must be a reason why he's hesitant about her meeting his parents. And then we see in episode 3 coming up for Chioma is talking about Paul's sister. And you know, that's always been one of my reservations about marrying into an African family. Family members just turning up at your doorstep. I'm not here for it. When it's time to get out of my house, you need to get out of my house. And this is not me being disrespectful. This is me having boundaries. And what it sounds like Chioma and Paul don't have is boundaries in relation to Paul's sister, because I don't know how you have kids and it's my responsibility to mind your kids. Excuse me? If Chioma wants a kid, she'll have kids, and then she'll mind her kids. And that's just it. Like, why are we here doing this now? Why is it now you and Chioma's responsibility to be taking the kids places? These kids don't got a dad. And then for him to even show that he's not even protecting her, because it sounds as if, like, it's not even just at the case, it sounds like there's an actual problem there. And if he's not protecting her, it means that she's not protected. And it's better to marry a bad person in a good family than to marry a bad person in a bad family or a good person in a bad family. Like, she needs to be protected. You can't just go in there blindly, because they would take advantage of you, and it sounds like that is something that they would do. So you're telling me if she gets another baby, are you the one there making battles? Listen, Chioma, you need to consider your life and get to know what it is you really want to do. I am here for seeing the rest episodes. I want to see how it goes. I want to see how the conversations go. I want to see if Paul would stop being a petulant child and stop throwing tantrums at Denise, and stop trying to turn the questions around on Denise. Like, Denise doesn't have a problem, you have a problem. So I'm here for it. Like, I want to see how it goes. It seems like it's an interesting twist to the type of things that we normally see for British or UK, London YouTube series, can I call it that? And I hope you guys enjoyed my short, not so short, but short commentary about the episode 1 and 2 of Blue Therapy. And I will see you guys in my next video. Remember to comment, share, like, and subscribe for more videos like this. Bye.